So lately I've been thinking of one topic. I am enrolled in film school, and this past week my program had a bunch of shootings for personal projects. I covered various different roles, and with this I was able to learn more about using the camera, about leading and organizing, and also about production and other general stuff. And honestly, I have been seeing some debate. It's not necessarily recent, but it's been on my feed for a while. It's videos about should you go to film school or film school worth it? What the hell is up with film school, life in film school, or film school dogs? That kind of stuff was haunting my mind back in the day when I was just a high school student, but now I am actually in film school and I'm actually finishing my first semester. And after being in film school for a couple of months, I have been able to finally create my own opinion about this topic. So the start of this video says, what should you do to become a filmmaker? But obviously I'm not going to tell you what you should do, because first of all, I'm no authority to tell you what the hell you should do with your life. But secondly, I'm not an expert, I'm just a random dude and nobody who wants to be somebody in the filmmaking world. So I am just going to share with you my experience, and instead of telling you a specific route to follow, I'm going to give you 3 options that I think are really solid in terms of what you can do if you want to be a filmmaker, with the third option being the best one actually. So without further explanation, let's talk about it. Okay, I already told you guys that I am a film school student, so low-key it's kind of obvious what option 1 is, isn't it? Option 1 is going to film school, yay! Now the debate that I have been seeing over film school is regarding 2 particular concepts. First, it's about accessibility related to economy, mostly because of pricing, but also how accessible film school allows yourself to be after you finish film school, in terms of how accessible the filmmaking professional world becomes once you're over and once you have graduated. And I get it, because film school is not necessarily cheap. It's actually very expensive compared to other professions. It might be even more expensive than many other bachelor degrees. And if at the end of the day you don't have success guaranteed if you go to film school, then actually how worth it is it to go? For giving you some context though, as it is obvious from my way of speaking English, I am actually not from the US. I am from Mexico and I am studying film in Spain. The point is that at least here in Spain, film school is not as expensive as it is in the United States, where you have to pay a lot of money to get in, you feel me? So, I mean, film school is still very expensive, but it's the same pricing as any other bachelor here in a private school in Spain, where it might be just a little bit more expensive, but not that expensive, you feel me? It all depends from the film school itself. The truth is that if you want to go to a film school, you should first do some research about other film schools and actually not just pay for the first one you see. You should just take a look at the program, the classes, the professors, the topics they're going to teach you about, and actually make a decision based on that. Because for example, the reason why my film school, at least the one that I'm studying in, is as expensive as it is because they actually give you material. They actually give you cameras, they give you lighting, they give you sound. And the truth is that it's actually worth it because you don't have to pay additional money to record your stuff. You are paying with it for with your tuition fee. And at the end of the day, I think that it would be even more expensive to pay for your own materials and to pay for them in advance and have them anytime, any place, whenever the hell you want, given them by the school, instead of having to go out of your way and have to rent them or buy them or whatever the hell you want to do with them. Just paying for all that material by yourself, including softwares, relation, lenses, sets, and all of that, actually very expensive. So you should really make investigation about any film school that you're interested in to actually see if they would give you something to work with for your short films, or if you would have to pay it for yourself, which freaking suck. I mentioned that we recently had some personal projects filmed in my film school, and to be completely honest, it was really useful, and that's the reason why I think film school is really important for your learning experience as a filmmaker, because I got to do various different roles, and that's what film school really helps you with. You get do stuff that you don't even like. I don't like to produce. I had to do it. Yes, I had to cover 4 different roles. Firstly, I was a producer, and that one was the craziest, as I already said. I had to go to Madrid's town hall to get some permissions to shoot at the park, because hence what, people, you cannot shoot with a tripod on the public lane here. So I went to get a permission since all the projects were on exterior sites. I also had to sign contracts for the actors, DOP, the director, screenplay, and to be honest, it was kind of fun. It was also chaotic though. For me, it was especially chaotic because I am the ultimate procrastinator, and I ended up doing everything at the last day, but it all was alright. The day of the shooting though was also in order and was fun. I did not do much. I was just there chilling and taking care of equipment for it not to be robbed. But I also was part of the art team somehow, as I and another dude were there taking care of everything being in order with the shooting. I had to buy 2 ice creams for €7, and they were thrown in the trash because the scene required it. We also had to decorate and empty trash cans. So me and my pal, we went on to kind of steal a trash container with trash bags. We then put the trash in our own trash can for the scene. And within a few hours of anticipation, we did that. But before we shot the trash can shot, we did not notice that some workers took the trash out of the can. And when it was time to shoot, the trash was already gone. So me and my homeboy, we went to search for a trash truck. We undid the job from the workers by taking out trash of the truck, and we took it back to the trash can that we were going to use for the scene. It was disgusting because my boy had to pour in the trash into the can, and this bag in particular was bro, it stinks. There was some yellowish liquid inside in it as well. It was typical trash, but it was still kind of fun, you know. I also had to be assistant director one day. That was really fun. I got a really cool ass picture that day as well, and I shot it with two actresses that are actually my friends, and I low-key did a good job. I had to make the shooting plan, I was organizing some stuff during the shooting, and it all went well. It actually was the fattest of all the personal project shootings of the whole block. Another day, I was also camera assisted, which I honestly didn't know anything about camera, and that was a nightmare. But it was also fun, and even though I said really terrible, I was able to do a good job and also learn how to use the camera, put it in position, and honestly that will help me a lot for the rest of my career. The last role was just taking behind the scenes pictures. It was actually for extra credits for my degree, and it was really fun. I got to see one of my friends direct, one of my bros, and actually it looked like a really cool project. So I honestly also took really good pictures. It was really fun. It's actually the story of a thief who is trying to steal the wallet from a lady, and it is meant to do it while they dance. Banger, certified banger.
¿Qué opinas de tu corto, Jorge?
No, el corto de la historia no llevamos ni un plano. Pero va a ser el mejor de la historia.
These experiences were actually essential for my learning. They were very useful. I got to learn, I got to also understand stuff about my own confidence. I got to understand stuff about leadership, what you should do as a leader, what you should not do as a leader. I also want to make a video about leadership in the future. But yeah, in general, it was a really fun experience. What I want to say with this is that film school allows me to meet a lot of people and be part of projects that I would have not thought of being part of, and also being able to cover roles that I would have not covered if it wasn't for the fact that I am obligated to do them. Plus, film school also allows you to have fun. I compare myself to my fellow friends here from Madrid or from Mexico and what classes they have, and I just find it amazing that they have a class about economics or history, and I just have to arrive and tell them like, bro, I just had screenplay class, I just had photography class, and it's like so amazing. My homework is to watch movie and analyze it and do an aristocratic diagram, while other people just spend a lot of time studying for stuff that is just really boring in my opinion, and not only like in my opinion but for them, because they have filler subjects and I don't have filler subjects. Everything I learn is really useful. My teachers are also amazing. They are people with experience that have worked in the industry and even have made actors, top tier directors from here in Spain, and or have even produced their own work. So my recommended option 1 is enrolling in film school. And to be completely honest, pricing is just a number, and pricing does not equal quality. The film school that I'm going currently was not my first thing that I saw. I actually saw another college in Los Angeles, and I said Los Angeles like a Mexican guy. In Los Angeles, and I saw a film school in Los Angeles, and actually like it's way more expensive and it's not as good as the one I am on right now, because the film school here in Madrid, it has internships in the 4th year of the career, while in Los Angeles you don't even have yourself assured that you will work. Like, not at all. It's not even worth it in my opinion. If you want to give film school a chance, you should definitely make some actual valid research. One, that first of all will give you equipment. Second of all, it will have some like internships or something that assures you that you will probably get work if you do the right job, and if you have talent, that you will actually have opportunities to grow outside of the film school. So in general, just make sure that film school gives you solid education, and most importantly that it is actually really fun, because that is what a filmmaking journey needs to be. It has to be fun. Although if you do not want to pay for a film school, or you think that it's not worth it, which I honestly completely understand and I would honestly respect it a lot, I think it's a really valid opinion. I think it's really you don't understand how much I also think this is a really valid opinion, because honestly, if you already know stuff, or you already think that you're capable of making your own films, then why waste your time on 4 years of a bachelor's degree about film? I don't think that will make sense if you think you're ready. So if that's the case, my option 2, my recommendation is to go for independent learning. Film school just gives you the material and the guidance, but the truth is that the actual education depends on yourself, depends on the will you have to actually learn about film. If you're able to commit yourself to self-education in terms of film, I would say go for it. Especially if you are considering filming as a side hustle and you also want to pursue another bachelor and other stuff. Now, what I would recommend in this option is to film, especially. Big emphasis on this one. Film a lot of stuff. The best way to learn about cinema is by doing cinema. And like, you can film with friends, you can shoot by yourself. It's really easy to film because you have a phone, and eventually you will have a camera if you want. But like, you have a camera on your pocket. I am recording this video with my camera and it looks freaking good. So just do random projects, just shoot whatever you want, tour the street or whatever, not only just have it for yourself, you can actually share it. There's YouTube, and that's actually worth it. The worst thing that can happen when you upload it is that just a few people watch it, but the truth is that you can actually make social media campaigns for other stuff for your own short film. That could be worth it for the learning experience. Nonetheless, I would also recommend doing self-learning not only through shooting, but also making your own research. The second best way to learn about film is by actually watching film. And not only film, you can watch television or even reading about film. That is useful as well. Even watching YouTube videos about camera techniques, shot types, and stuff like that, that's really useful. I started like that. Learning is essential, and I would recommend to creating your own study plan. For example, you have to learn a lot about film history because you need to know your basic facts. It's not me saying to you that you have to watch Birth of a Nation, because I obviously won't watch Birth of a Nation. But at least knowing what actually some films are, what some stuff is, that's really important. You need to know about who the Lumiere brothers are. That's really important. You should also not only talk about stuff that is from Hollywood or from the US, you should low-key consider watching stuff or just being able to learn about some stuff, knowing what stuff is from like German Expressionism and other places from Europe or even Asia and Japan, in many countries, being able to learn about many styles of filming. And you don't have to watch everything. I myself have not watched a lot of things that I should have watched and I will watch in the future, but I have not watched yet. I have not watched Stanley Kubrick, and I have disappointed my history teacher because of that. Essentially, you just have to be able to defend yourself in a conversation and know just basic stuff and be able to express how much you love film and be able to influence yourself with other points of view in film history, because that is very important. It actually matters to be knowledgeable. Information is out there, pal. The truth is that it's very accessible. There's books, websites, and even YouTube videos. Studio Binder is amazing. So just take a look at it and grind and search and learn, because that's really important. Now, option 3 is doing a little bit of both. I think this was obvious, or at least for me it was obvious. What other thing were you expecting? There was low-key no other option that you could come up with. But it's true. I think a great option for pursuing film-making career is combining both film school and your own personal learning. And to be completely honest, by a little bit of both, I actually mean more option 2, and it's just basically going in depth in option 2. I should not have separated them, but I did, because I need the video to be long. I am doing option 3 because aside from the film school program that I am doing, I am also trying to do my own stuff, to learn by myself, watching videos on YouTube. Yes, I watch videos on YouTube for learning. Aside from the shootings that I've done in class, I've also shooted personal projects, either is with my friends from film school or actually with my girlfriend, actually. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, that's how it works. I am trying to learn out of my school. I am watching more films as well, and I am doing analysis of the films in a notebook that I have without being asked about it, because I think that it helps me and helps me learn, and that's very important. And I'm kind of lying. I actually said that I am shooting my own projects with my film school friends, but that's a lie. Actually, it's that, like, they are personal projects to an extent. Let me say that. I feel like they're personal. It doesn't matter if they are actually not, because they're actually 4th grade, but they are kind of personal because we're shooting it without a supervisor. That's why I say it. But they are not personal projects, but I consider them personal projects. That doesn't matter. And I consider them personal projects. It's not your opinion, it's my opinion. It doesn't matter what you think. It's what I think about my projects. If I say it's personal and you don't think that, that's not my issue. I don't give a what you think, bro. But yeah, they are personal projects. They are personal projects because I have all the freedom in the world. We actually went to shoot to a, how do you say it in English? I don't know, cemetery. Do you say it cemetery? Graveyard. We went to a graveyard and we shot there, and it was actually really fun. We actually had permission for that. First of all, we thought we would get arrested, but no, we asked for permission and we didn't have to pay anything. And we'll talk about these projects in the future, hopefully. But if this goes well and if you want to see them eventually, probably on my website. It's on the link on that description. Also, life is very rewarding if you live this way. Like, as a filmmaker, life as a filmmaker, it feels very productive. Like, I'm not saying I'm a filmmaker already, I'm a film student. So I mean, I think I'm an aspiring filmmaker. So as an aspiring filmmaker, life is very fun. You get to socialize, you get free time, but in your free time, you're actually learning. People often say that film school is easy, you just have to watch movies, and even though that is true, I also think that there's a lot of merit into the things that as a filmmaker you do to learn. I don't think there's anything easy.